If you enter this tiny room in the desert of New Mexico, you will find yourself surrounded. Hundreds of crutches, braces, and letters of gratitude hang from the ceiling and the walls. They are the silent evidence of men, women, and children whom medicine had declared incurable. We are in the United States of America, the homeland of scientific progress, standing before a phenomenon that draws 300,000 people every year and that human logic cannot explain. It all begins with a simple, inexplicable hole in the floor. This is the true story of the hidden miracle in America. To understand the greatness of this mystery, we have to look at where we are. We are in northern New Mexico. Just 30 minutes by car from this ancient sanctuary stands the Los Alamos National Laboratory. It is the place where American scientists created the atomic bomb. Think about that for a moment. Humanity built its deadliest and most scientifically complex weapon of mass destruction, just a few miles from the place where God chose to manifest one of his most incomprehensible miracles of healing. On one side, the peak of human science that brings death. On the other, the humility of a small adobe church that brings life. And it all begins not with a mathematical formula, but with a man, a dark night, and an impossible light. It is the night of Good Friday in the year 1810. These are the holiest days for a Catholic. A devout local man, Don Bernardo Abeta, is doing penance on the hills near the Santa Cruz River. He was a member of the Brotherhood of the Penitentes, men devoted to the Passion of Christ. Suddenly, in the total darkness of the desert, Bernardo sees something that chills him to the bone. An unnatural, brilliant light does not come from the stars, but pours directly out of the bare earth. He approaches the glow cautiously. With his bare hands, he begins digging frantically into the dry soil. And there, buried for who knows how long and by whom, he finds the source of that light, a beautiful, dark, wooden crucifix. It is the Christ of Esquipulas, but the real historical anomaly is not the discovery itself. It is what happens the next day. Bernardo, shaken, immediately alerts the local priest, Father Sebastian Alvarez. A solemn procession is organized. The crucifix is taken away from Chimayó and placed on the main altar of the large parish church of Santa Cruz several miles away, locked safely inside. But the following morning, when the priest opens the doors of the church, the altar is empty. The crucifix has disappeared. No sign of a break-in. Desperate searches are organized. Where do they find it? Exactly in the hole in the desert of Chimayó. Believing it to be a theft, they bring it back to Santa Cruz. They lock it away even more securely. But the crucifix disappears again. For 3 consecutive times, the wooden Christ vanishes from the large locked church and returns to his hole in the desert. The message was clear, unmistakable, and terrifying to human logic. Christ wanted to remain in that exact place, and so, around that hole, the sanctuary was built. But the story of the immovable crucifix is only the prelude. The real phenomenon, the one that has drawn scientists, doctors, and terminally ill people for more than 2 centuries, is found inside a room next to the altar. In the floor, there is a small circular hole called El Pocito, the little well. It is exactly the place where the crucifix was found. From this hole, pilgrims take the dust, the earth, with their bare hands. They call it the Tierra Bendita, the blessed earth. People rub this dust on wounds, on paralyzed legs, on tumors. And healings begin to happen. Not 1, not 2, but thousands. In an age of advanced medicine, how do you explain the fact that rubbing simple New Mexico dust on the body could make a tumor mass documented by X-rays disappear? American doctors have tried to investigate. They chemically analyzed the earth of Chimayó. They searched for unknown minerals, secret antibacterial properties, beneficial radioactive compounds. The result of the laboratory tests was categorical and, in some ways, even more frustrating for science. There is absolutely nothing special in that soil. It is ordinary New Mexico dirt. Chemically, it has no healing power. And yet, in the church archives and on the walls of what they call El Cuartito, the Room of Miracles, there is irrefutable evidence that challenges those laboratories. Entering this room takes your breath away. Imagine being surrounded by hundreds of worn-out pairs of crutches. There are spinal braces, orthopedic shoes that belonged to children, prosthetics. Above them, pilgrims have hung medical reports and letters of gratitude to the Virgin Mary and to the Lord of Esquipulus. One woman left the braces of her son, whom the best doctors in the United States had told would never walk because of a severe malformation. After applying the earth of Chimayó and praying without ceasing, his bones grew stronger. They left the braces there, useless. This room is a silent courtroom where faith overturns the sentence of illness. But here we have to stop and make a vital distinction for every Christian. The Church is very clear on one point. The earth of Chimayó is not magic. We are not talking about witchcraft or New Age energies. There is a direct biblical precedent for this. Remember the Gospel of John, chapter 9. When Jesus meets the man who was blind from birth, he does not simply say, "Be healed." Jesus spits on the ground, makes mud with his saliva, spreads it on the blind man's eyes, and tells him to go and wash. Why did Jesus use the earth? To remind us of Genesis, that we were created from dust. God uses the humblest, dirtiest elements, simple earth, to accomplish divine works. The healing does not reside in the mud, but in obedience, in the faith of the blind man, and in the touch of Christ. Chimayó is the continuation of that gospel today. There is a practical detail that makes everything even more fascinating. More than 300,000 pilgrims visit Chimayó every year. Many take away a handful of earth. It is estimated that almost 30 tons of earth are removed every year. How is it possible that the hole never empties and that the foundations of the church do not collapse? The church is completely transparent about this. The parish priest regularly buys clean soil from the surrounding hills and refills the hole. Then he blesses it. And this is the crucial point that skeptics do not understand. The miracle does not stop happening when the original earth runs out, because it is not the chemical composition of the soil that heals, it is the prayer of consecration and the desperate faith of those who touch the soil of that sanctuary chosen by God in 1810. If you want proof of the power of this place, you have to come here during Holy Week. While modern America races along its highways in the latest SUVs, along the sides of those very roads, we witness a biblical exodus. Tens of thousands of people walk for entire days from Colorado, from Texas, from Albuquerque. They walk for more than 150 kilometers. Many do it barefoot until their feet bleed. Some men, to honor a vow or ask for a desperate grace, carry heavy wooden crosses on their shoulders, facing the desert sun and the cold of the night. Scientists will continue to visit El Cuartito. They will continue to stare at those crutches hanging on the wall, looking for the mathematical formula or the diagnostic error that explains how a tumor could vanish into nothing. But the priests who hear the confessions of pilgrims in this sanctuary know a greater truth. The most frequent miracle at Chimayó is not the physical one. For every person who rises from a wheelchair, there are 1,000 people who enter that church with a heart shattered by sin, hatred, depression, or the pain of grief, and leave completely healed in the soul. That little hole in the floor reminds every human being that we are dust, but dust infinitely loved by God. The sanctuary of Chimayó remains there, in the desert, just a few miles from the laboratories where man learned how to destroy the world. It is a silent sign. The science of man has limits. The love and mercy of God do not. Perhaps not all of us can travel to New Mexico to touch that earth. But the Lord who heals in that sanctuary is the same Lord present in every Eucharist in the church near your home. Today, I would like to ask you to create an endless chain of faith right here in the comments. If you need physical or spiritual healing for yourself or for someone you love, I invite you to write this exact prayer in the comments so that everyone who reads it can pray for you. Lord Jesus, you who used the earth to give sight to the blind, open my eyes and heal me. I trust in you. If this video touched your heart, subscribe to the channel and share it with someone who needs hope today. May God bless us all.